the area of Moravia, the church that they and Zenzenderov organized was given the name Moravian. Moravian. One second, let me get a sip of water. Let's continue. Moravian. The Moravian Church occupied the center of a pattern of cyclic influence in the Christian world. Wesley. The English rivals of the Wesley brothers were mentioned earlier in the course. In 1735, these two young men went to Georgia to do mission work among the Indians. Their missionary endeavor proved to be a total failure. The Wesleys returned home in utter discouragement. However, while in America, John Wesley had made the acquaintance of a Moravian preacher who presented to him the simple gospel. Wesley became convicted of his own lost condition. Upon his return to Europe, Wesley visited the Herrnhut community on Zinzenderoff's estate and was greatly impressed with the Moravian way of life. Finally, while attending a Moravian house meeting in London in the year 1735, John Wesley heard the reading of the preface of Martin Luther's book on Romans. At this meeting, John Wesley was converted, and an interested circle of events was thus completed. The Englishman John Wycliffe had greatly influenced John Huss, who in turn founded the Bohemian Brethren, from which the Moravian Church was later to arise. This Moravian Church, as has already been related, influenced and occasioned the conversion of John Wesley. Wesley revivals revitalized England, and when the English revival crossed the Atlantic Ocean, it inflamed the apostate American colony. The Great Awakening. In the 1720, German pietist Theodore J. Frelinghuysen arrived in America and accepted the pastorate of a Dutch Reformed church on the New Jersey frontier. Frelinghuysen began to preach revival to his congregation in 1726. The results were that lost sinners were saved and believers renewed their fellowship with God. The spirit of revival began to spread outward in all directions. Frelinghuysen greatly influenced the Presbyterian pastors William Tennant and his son Gilbert. William Tennant had come to America from Ireland and became the pastor of the Presbyterian Church in Neshaminy, Pennsylvania. The elder Tennant had educated the oldest son, Gilbert, for the ministry in 1736. Tennant built a small log cabin to be used as a school for the similar education of his three younger sons, William Jr., John, and Charles. In course of time, Tennant prepared these three younger sons and 15 other young men for the ministry. Tennant's school was soon nicknamed the Log College. All who went forth from the Log College did so with great evangelistic zeal. From the Frelinghuysen and the Tennants, the revival spread to other Dutch Reformed and Scotch-Irish Presbyterian groups in the Middle Colonies. In the South, the awakening was greatly inspired by such men as Presbyterian Samuel Davies, Moravian August Spangenberg, and Episcopalian Devereux Jarrett. New England caught the fires of revival under Baptists Shubal Stearns and Daniel Marshall. Then beginning in 1734, through Congregationalist Jonathan Edwards of Massachusetts. Edwards staunchly supported a strong Calvinistic viewpoint and preached penetrating sermons that brought sinners to repentance